First game of the day now, Virtus Pro up against DC. On top lane, bit of an opening here onto Ramses. In fact, with the Blade Fury doing an insane amount of damage, and the backup's not there for the Luna. But it still is more than what Ramses has got. And they do have to be very, very careful. Lil just permanently sitting up on the top lane. In fact, Saxa taking a car scan, elusive beam to the head. Falls incredibly low. Can they get the clapping from the Smasher? They can't quite get in range. In fact, DC, they're the ones turning back round, looking to go aggressive themselves. Solo, falling low. Voodoo Restoration again is not going to be able to save him. Ramses, can he actually finish off Misery here? He's trying to chase him down the river. Misery, oh, he hides in the tree line, gets the stun to make sure that Ramses didn't have the vision for the Lucent Beam. Misery duking out a potential death. He may still be in trouble. Can he get his way out? No, no one's there. We'll finish him off.
It's about time for VP to group up, but their lanes are just pushed out so far.
Good toss here onto Resolution to cancel the TP, of course, through the Magic Immunity. TP's coming through this time from VP. Bulba. Rezo, can he run himself away with a healing ward? No, he cannot. The combo there from no one to pick up a kill at the same time. Bottom lane, DC making a bit of a go onto Pasha. He'll drop down the pit. Can they turn this around? They will claim one kill in return.
And now all the supports probably need some sort of HP item or Glimmer Cape.
Moon jumping in. Weeha looking to set up for the Sonic Wave. Gets a good 3-man, but immediately the mech comes out in return. Voodoo Restoration for Solo, healing up the side, but now Solo's out. Robocop, Moon falling down. He's out of this one. The Omni Slash comes through from Rezo. Chops down a second. They found two on the side of VP, but VP, they still want to fight. No one comes in again with the combo. Takes down Misery. Weeha should be able to blink out to the side. Saxa, he still wants to fight. Demonic Purge onto no one. Rezo coming in with a Blade Fury. They'll chop down one. He flies up the helicopter Juggernaut. Rezo, can he get out? The micro from Lil. The stuns from the mini golems. It's not enough damage, but the Firestorm is. Pasha lays down the Wrath and takes him out, and they may be able to find Saxa as well. The last remaining survivor here. This damage with that built-up Atrophy Aura just chunking through the Shadow Demon. He'll try and juke it down in the tree line. He's not going to make it, but can the illusions kill Ramses? He's being chased down here. We'll push in that Ramses. Leading the charge, and there's the jump in from Moon immediately onto Ramses. Stern as well from follow-up from Misery. There'll be the jump in onto the backliners for no one. Can they actually get the kill here? Solo laying down a huge depth ward. We are chucks in a Sonic Wave, but it did manage to bring off the kill onto no one. But at the moment, VP are the ones that are still standing strong in this fight. They take down a second. The amount of sustain that this team's got in these fights with a Voodoo as well from Solo.
It was a solo Quap ultimate, I believe, on the Tiny, and then Sinking died. He's going to buy back for this.
He's going to buy back and immediately into the pit here. Moon, he'll go for the Power Strike onto Lil. They will get the Chen, but Moon himself could be in danger. He's hiding himself in the tree line. DC, they need to turn this round, find something big, and they will claim a second kill onto the Underlord. Can they get more? Yes, they can. Ramses tried for the TP out, but the Power Strike from Moon is there. Into the Omni Slash. Ramses trying to turn. Moon building up the epicenter. No messing from this Sanking. Can they get Solo as well? They can't. Solo will be the solo survivor.
Potentially, they might have panicked and gotten the Tiny buyback. So.
Right, talking about the Tiny, Weeha has found him. He just came under the Sentry Ward. Jump forward from Wee, and with the Scream, they'll get it. Wee with the solo pick off onto no one. And again, DC back towards the mid lane. They'll take a hero down. They'll look to go back in for this push. And we'll see if they can stop him again. This time, won't be the Shrine ready to heal them in this mid lane. But cast to the face, immediately drops down the healing ward. Demonic Purge and Omnislash coming out from the side. Solo puts down the Death Ward, immediately has to back off those. He takes too much damage here from the bounces of Bob, but Sonic Wave clips the Witch Doctor right at the tip. So Weeha will be able to claim his life. Can he get the push on though? DC still looking pretty strong. The healing ward's been taken down, but they're in a good moment and a good position as Moon comes in, immediately looking for the epicenter onto Pasha. That'll be enough damage to deal with the Underlord, and DC opening up the mid lane, clearing out the racks. Do have the ward down. Moon, they'll blink up, they'll take away that vision from VP. And what can they do on the defense? There's the lead in from Pasha. Immediate Blade Fury from Rezo. He'll back off. The chain stuns though, the Death Ward doing a hell of a lot here, but there'll be defensive disruption, allowing Moon to get himself back out to safety. Death Ward down, and VP not finding anything as of yet. A good jump in from no one, gets the toss back onto Moon, but again, there's no follow-up lockdown. The Bloodthorn onto Pasha, making sure that there's going to be no pit to catch him, but in fact, he forces forward, will get the pit down onto the Shadow Demon. Saxa may have to be left behind here. Glimmercade, but it isn't going to save him. They'll lose one. A nice blink and a toss back, bringing one in, but the Omni Slash coming out to no one. Rezo's been able to chop down the Tiny. And DD on the man, Bulba, aka Rezo, ready to go for this push. They've still got that Aegis. They've achieved pretty much all the objectives that they can outside of the base, and back in they go. No one will get a toss back, bring him under the tab. Rezo taking huge amounts of damage. The Manta and the Glimmer Cape keeps him alive though. See if they can find anything to punish this play from DC. Moon will be defensively disrupted, but he's going to be stuck in the pit, and he's out for the count. That's going to be one man down. Can VP get anything more? Ramses leading forward, no one. Will he be able to get some sort of initiation catch-up onto this one? It looks he will be able to with the toss onto Saxa, who has got the Glimmer Cape, looking for some sort of a juke, but the sentry's down. VP will take another.
Reza will just walk uphill.
Yeah, and he's starting to push down on the bottom.
Yep. Underlord's not here, so this is good half damage on the tower.
No one jumps in, but immediate with the Bloodthorn and the Sonic Wave. The damage just rips the Tiny to pieces.
He was not even able to pop his BKB there.
Gone in an absolute flash, and DC, they'll go in for more. Moon comes in with a beautiful Burrow Strike onto 2. Pasha, Solo, and Lil still fairly tanky though against this siege from DC. Weehart jumps in with a Shadow Strike onto Ramses, forcing him back to base. Omni Slash from Bulba chops down the Witch Doctor. A Burrow Strike from the SK to catch out Lil as well. Blade Fury and Epicenter jumping down on the Chen as Lil's out. DC, they may have just done it here, Ben. I mean, there's 3 heroes down on VP. They don't have buyback. At the minimum, they're going to lose this bottom set of Fraxen, and maybe even more after the back of that fight.
That is GG well played. I think a couple of crucial mistakes from VP this game really cost it. The 2 deaths by no one leading to the mid.
Invoker though.
Yeah. It is.
There it is. Okay.
From the east side, it's a lot easier because they're already on high ground.
Got to be careful. Saxa, he's going to find this. This should be an easy kill here for DC. It is an Underlord, but level 1, they've got the damage to deal with him.
Not going to be able to see us as well, because he's living under constant fear.
Around as well. Can we play his way around this one? It looks like he's going to have a lot of trouble on his hands with the Hex into the stun. They'll take down the Invoker in the mid lane. A little bit of an uncharacteristic misplay there from Lil Zerspert.
I think he's going for Vanguard.
Oh, misery. He's had a bit of trouble in the mid lane. Actually, Pasha has got to be even more careful. He's the one left behind on VP, down on the bottom. Arrow into the epicenter of Moon. And they'll claim themselves another one, bringing it to 5v5 on the board. No one wants to try and find something in return, though. Comes in immediately. A good silence as well there from Lil, but they can't quite finish off Moon. Moon straight up with the Sandstorms, keeps himself alive. A Chaos Ball onto no one holding him back. Moon and the boys just getting themselves out. The Magnetizer's on them. They're falling down low. Moon might in fact tick out. Indeed he will. They'll get the kill on Moon with the Magnetize. Can they jump forward for anything more? Still 8 seconds until they have a Remnant on that Ember Spirit. Try for a stun onto Wee. Solo won't find it. Now he's got to be careful because this poor old Lion is going to get absolutely squished to pieces. But oh, he gets out the final finger onto Misery. Just training towards the mid lane, in fact, and that Tornado setup in the Cold Snap will allow them to close the gap onto Pasha. Phantasm is going to be needed, really, for the damage to finish him off, and it will be there. No one jumping in, looking for the counterplay. Chains onto 2. Ramsey's coming across as well. Has got an Omni Slash available, but the Moonlight's out. They will now drop a Sentry. Solo. It's the stun onto Rezo. Omni Slash comes through. Saxa with the disruption, though. He may just have saved the life. No, he hasn't. The Hex is still there. They will still lose Resolution despite the best attempts, but Moon coming back in with the Epicenter. Oh, it's absolutely huge. They didn't expect the Moon meander. DC, Smoketown ready to find. They'll look towards Solo. It should be a quick and easy pick-off. TPs will be coming through. VP want to try and fight back into this one as Lil comes into the midst of it all with the Magnetized. Resolution pots the Phantasm, but Ramses with the Omni Slash of the Blade Fury, it's enough to take him down, and VP aren't done yet. Searing Chains onto Weehar. The Vanguard not going to be enough to save his life there. You've got to experiment, and we certainly doing that.
I don't even think that probably likely not from this patch, because not that many people play Invoker in this patch.
Top lane, Lil looking for an opening, gets a lovely boulder smash onto 2 here. Rezo caught out. Moon will come back in, channeling up the Epicenter. The Tornado, it's actually going to mean that they dodge some of the damage here. That's going to allow no one to Remnant out, but they will get the kill onto Lil. VP, they may not be done yet though. Pasha drops the pit down. Weehar turning to fight with this Maelstrom, biting into the Pasha Underlord. Moon jumps forward as well with a Burrow Strike, pipes out Mech as well, but the Demonic Purge drop down from Saxa will ensure that they do find the Underlord kill as well as Wee picks up a double. VP ready to set up onto Weehar. They'll look to go in with the stun. Demonic Purge holding back Solo. Immediately Lil rolls forward. There's the Hexa from Solo as well. Magnetize comes out, but Resolution just manning up into the fire with the Phantasm Illusions. They've taken down 2 members of VP. They do end up losing Weehar. Omni Slash from Ramses comes through, takes down Saxa. DC retreating under the cover of Moonlight Shadow at the moment. To be very careful. Their Resolutions are kind of on the back lines of this all. Moon tries to channel up the Epi, will get it off, was only kicked back, so it doesn't cancel the channel. It's not enough damage to finish off VP though, and Moon Out of mana, could be in a bit of trouble himself, has 5-1 charges. The reforming, regrouping, and ready to initiate again. There's Moon with the jump in, gets the stun only onto Solo. Solo could be potentially ready to turn around for this one. Looks for a good stun onto 2, will get it. Jumping from no one, looking towards the sidelines as both Misery and Saxy get caught out by the change. Pasha taking huge amounts of damage. Those Rezo comes in with the illusion. Moon with the epi straight in and the burrow strike onto Solo. DC, they take 2. Can they get any more? Silver Fools actually already. Yeah, VP want to fight, and DC, can they actually hold their own here? They're a little bit low. Wee turns up, man's up. This damage against no one. He's just ripped him to pieces. He'll get fingered. There will be a disruption. Can we play his way out of this? He can. Forces out with the Ghost Walk. He's back to safety, and DC just collapsed straight back in onto VP.
So there's a lot of ways for them to deal with it. Sand King also has 2
So
items.
he's found Ramsey straight up. BKB, fantastic. The arrow isn't going to connect in time though, but Ramsey's taking too much damage as Resolution rips him to pieces. And now DC may be ready to push down mid pretty heavily. There's nearly a minute without Resolution on this defense. We'll see what VP can do in terms of holding without him in the game. Looks like DC as well will just head straight up to the top. They see the opening. They'll be ready to go for it. What can VP do to stop this? No one. Trying to spam out the chains. Jump in from Lily, gets a good magnetize, but immediately the turnaround is there. Tornado takes him out. Weeha finds one. He's moving in for more. Moon's jumped in with the burrow strike. There'll be a quick X from Solo. He has to be careful. He's falling down low. But again, it seems he's fine because VP, they just can't continue to jump in anymore. Another chains. Misery ticking down incredibly low there. Keeps himself alive. And DC just stand the ground, should be able to claim this Rax. There'll be the burst of the Aegis. Moon coming in with the epicenter, looking to chase down Solo, blinks forward. He'll be hexed up, but that isn't going to stop the pulses. Solo falling low, no one back in. Chains holding the Weeha. Can they find him? It's just so hard for them. They've got the lockdown, it seems, but they just don't have the damage ban. VP with the high ground advantage here. Moon, he's going to walk straight up into this, and immediately, of course, they collapse onto Moon. He will be able to get out initially to the sidelines, but no one looking to focus him. Actually has to remnant away. There'll be a jump in from Ramses with the Omni Slash. Weeha falling incredibly low, but not low enough. He survives. Moon comes straight back in. A good magnetize from Lil, but is it enough damage? That's the question. VP, they're not looking too bad in this fight here, Ben. They're starting to force DC to back off, and DC can't quite get the kill this time round. Looks like they themselves will also escape. Apart from Moon. Moon is deep on enemy territory. Can he style his way out of this? He's got the blink.
So that fight would have just been disastrous for them, especially if Roshan respawn after.
Solo is there, but only for a couple of seconds. Solo is now gone. Ramses is actually trying to lead forward into this one. Lil as well. Look for the boulder smash. Look at the chain and the follow-up stun onto Resolution, but immediately turn around for DC. They'll close it onto Ramses, but in fact it's DC nearly losing. Weeha is incredibly low. Can they finish him off? No one Apache trying to finish off the Invoker. They'll get it, but Moon comes in with the epicenter of the burrow strike. Triple kill for Resolution, and they're not done yet, DC. They look towards Pasha, the last remaining survivor of VP, and they'll find it as well.
Man, the Invoker just stands his ground and just does so much damage in that fight. Like he just stands there and right clicks.
They're tapping out, Ben. It's too much for VP here. DC have brought an absolutely incredible level of gameplay to this series. Both games looking very strong. Something a bit refreshing. Weeha with this Invoker Vanguard Mjolnir BKB build. It certainly worked out, Ben, as you said. It just in these team fights, he stood his ground. At the last fight, they killed him, but what did it matter? They'd all died themselves.
Yeah, they all just died killing themselves on the Mjolnir.